Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to fix bad quality leads in your funnel for good. I'm going to cover all the best practices that we have learned after scaling a dozen info product businesses to 7 figures. These tactics works whether you sell high-ticket consulting, high-ticket agency services, high-ticket info products, basically anything high-ticket where you want to generate sales calls. We have a few different sections here. We have messaging, ad strategy, VSL, call confirmation page, and email sequence. I'm going to go through the best practices for each and every one of them. If you're new to the channel, all we talk about here is how to make more money with high-ticket products and services, more specifically info products and consulting. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back, and let's just jump straight into it. So the first thing we have is messaging. Now, if the leads that you get are bad quality, it always starts with messaging. What do you actually say in your ads? Because the people that you attract, that's everything, right? So first of all, when it comes to messaging, there's a few things here which are complete no-goes for us when we create ads for an offer, write emails, ad copy, whatever you want to call it. And the first one is to avoid income claims and guarantees. Just stop claiming your income, even though it's true. Don't talk about how much you made, because people don't believe it, because they don't know you, they don't trust you. You're going to give these results at a later part of the funnel. It's actually pretty simple with messaging. All in all, you highlight their problem, and you tell them how you can fix it and how many people with similar problems that you've helped. And add social proof. Now, there are a little bit of a difference between if you're selling to someone who has a lot of money and then the general population. For the rich buyers, you need to keep everything, very objective, focus only on, rich people have little time. They want to know what you can do for them and if you're good at it, essentially. And if it makes sense, they're going to go through the purchase, even though it's very high ticket. We want to call this, let's see. Objective solutions. And then for the general public, we have more basically soft features. So more feelings. And what goes into that is you highlight, fears, you highlight limiting beliefs, you highlight, essentially how they're feeling, and what their motivations are, and what the fears are of not reaching a goal. Whether with rich people, it's way more objective. It's more, hey, I've generated these results. I can get you these results. This is all the results I've had for other people, and this is why it makes sense for you to buy. Like that, it's very straightforward, and it's much more simpler messaging with rich people compared to general public. Rich people, they don't respond to the type of messaging that you have for the general public because they're just built different. The general public, they care more about how they feel. They care more about their dreams. They care more about the day-to-day problems that they have. And how that makes them feel. compared to rich buyers. So those are the main differences. Then if we move over to ad strategy, now that you have your messaging in place, what most people do is that they just run cold response. Direct response. To cold audiences. That doesn't work. All right. So what we usually do is we create a shit ton of organic content. We create value-based content, objection handling content, social proof content, podcast clips content, and we create an engagement campaign where we send all of that traffic into an Instagram and Facebook account. And from those views, you're going to get, or from those visitors, you're going to get profile views. You're going to get post engagers, and you're going to get followers. And we're going to retarget those people with direct response ads. Okay? So we get a bunch of people who don't know who we are. We highlight their problems on a surface level with organic content, and we offer solutions, we offer value, we offer social proof. The type of this organic content varies based on the industry. If you sell something most people are aware of, most people know about, it's a little bit different than if you sell something. Let's say one of our clients, they sell a government contracting course. Most people don't know what government contracting is or entails. So with that specific niche, we have more educational content. But let's say you're doing trading or you're doing e-commerce, then you talk about the importance of it and more about, specifics to succeed. All right. And essentially, they don't know who you are, but they see your content, and they start to trust you because there's no pitch. They follow you, they engage with your content, and then we retarget all of those people with direct response ads, which offer a solution, right? Which sends them to a VSL where they can apply and book a call. So we have basically we have 4 different campaigns in total. But the first one is just organic engagement traffic to your profile. The second one is direct response. The third one is a retargeting for all page views on your site. This is going to be mostly objection handling, objections, and testimonials. And then we also have a fourth campaign, which is a propaganda campaign. And that campaign targets a custom audience. So you have a campaign, an engagement campaign, and you have a bunch of ad sets in there with one ad per ad set. And that all those ad sets target a custom audience. And those ads, again, handles objections, frames to prospects, give value, and show testimonials, basically pre-framing the people who have taken an action. And who do you put inside of this custom audience? You put, if you're running a VSL call funnel, you have all the people who have booked a call with you. Now, for this custom audience to spend, you need about 100 conversions within a 7-day period, because after 7 days, they get removed from it. This is a rotating custom audience with everyone who's booked a call. Now, if you don't have 100 calls within 7 days, or within a 7-day period, then you do applications. If you don't have 100 applications, you do leads. If you don't even have 100 leads a week, you shouldn't even be running this strategy because it's not for you. Okay? So I'm going to says call bookings plus applications, which means that from the point someone books a call or applies until the call happens or they speak to one of our people, they're going to see, in this campaign, we have 30 to 50 ads with objections, frames, values, and testimonials. So in that period of time, while they've booked till the call happens, they're going to see 30 to 50 different pieces of short form content, which educates them, handles objections, frames them, gives them value, and shows them testimonials and results, which is going to enable them to, it's going to make them show up more, and it's also going to close because they're already pre-famed, their objections have been handled, they know more about you, they trust you more, etc. So that's a very important campaign. So we have campaign number 1 right here, which is we're getting traffic. We have the campaign number 2 right here, which is the direct response, which makes people go to your website. And then we have campaign number 3 here, which is retargeting. And then we have campaign number 4, which is the propaganda campaign, which is going to basically brainwash, or not brainwash, but essentially brainwash people into trusting us, essentially, which you can ethically do if you actually sell something that helps people. Okay, so that is the ad strategy that we run. Then we have the VSL. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the VSL is going to, the framework will change or be different depending on who you're selling to. So you have 2 different people that you can sell to. You have rich people, and you have the general public. Okay, and if you're selling to rich people, they don't have as much time. So your VSL needs to be between 2 and 10 minutes. Okay, it's very direct. It's relies heavily on authenticity. Or the slides that you present is basic slides. Don't focus too much on the design of it. So it's not flashy. It's not over designing. It's not a bunch of nice colors and figures. Like, rich people don't care about that. They want the information and they want it direct with no fluff. Okay. And you basically want to undershoot claims. You don't want to promise them heaven and earth because you're not going to believe it, right? With general buyers, there's less trust, more emotion. I'm just going to move this a little bit over here. Less trust and more emotions. You can have a VSL, which is, between 15 and even up to 45 minutes. Here you need more high design, high quality. I'm just going to write high design effort. And you need an insane of test, which stands for testimonial, by the way. And then you need to take the claims to highest believable extent. Okay, so that's a difference in VSL. Now, I'm going to make another video on the VSL framework itself, but essentially it goes like this. So you have the hook, you have the credibility, and you sell them on industry/opportunity. Then basically the bigger picture of what you're doing, right, and why it's important. Then you have the offer, and then you have objections. Let me scroll a little bit down here. Offer, objections, and then you need to qualify audience. You don't want to try to get everyone and anyone through to perform your call to action, because that's just going to fill your sales team's calendar with a bunch of shit. Basically, I don't mean the people are shit, but the quality of the prospect for your offer is shit. Okay, and then you need a call to action. You need testimonials and another CTA. Okay, so you hook them, you show them why you're worthy of listening to, you're selling them on the big picture, the opportunity, essentially why they should engage in the type of solution that you're offering. Then you go straight into the offer, you list everything that you are giving to them. You don't do like these stupid offer stacks where you say, oh, this is $10,000 value, but and this is $20,000 value, but you can get all of this $1 million of value for $1,000. Like, people don't believe that stuff anymore. So just drop that. Have one slide per object in the offer. So one is a course, one slide is a mentorship program, one slide is a Rolodex of a bunch of high value resources, and then you have one slide per resource, and then you just try to build up the offer to make it as valuable as possible. And then you say the price, and then you handle objections, and then you qualify the audience to make sure you get the right people. Then you say a call to action, which is an application, which is just embedded on the page below this video. And then you show testimonials, and then you do just another 1 sentence or 2 sentence call to action. Okay, so that is the VSL. The VSL is probably the most important variable in an entire VSL funnel. So make sure you have that correctly. You should be spending a lot of time creating it. And then for the call confirmation page, it's very important to have this set up correctly to maximize show-ups. So for this, you're going to have a headline. You're going to have a video where you set expectations. You're going to have a bunch of objection handling videos, like short form videos. These are pretty much going to be the same videos that you have in your propaganda custom audience. These ones. So then you have testimonials, interviews about you, and embedded YouTube videos. Okay, you can change the what is called the which section comes first. You can choose where to put your sections, but what we've seen the best is this structure right here. Okay, so that's the call confirmation page. Then we have the email sequence, which is also very important. This is going to be sent to everyone who submits an application and everyone who books a call. And the main rule of thumb here is to send an email every 46 hours for 72 hours. Essentially, what that looks like is I made a sketch about an email sequence a little while back, right here actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to copy this thing, and I'm going to paste it in here. So what this entails is, first of all, you need to do some prep work. You need to write a confirmation email, which is going to be sent immediately after submission or after booking a call. You're going to write the objections, create some FSLP sheets if it's relevant for your offer. You're going to write FAQ sheets. You're going to find top YouTube videos. You're going to find top testimonials, and you're going to create an email per objection sheet or resource, testimonial and result, and YouTube video. And we actually have an identical sequence for application confirmations and call confirmations. The only thing we change is the confirmation email itself. And like I said, we send this every 4 to 6 hours. And you can adjust the frequency up or down depending on the open rate. You should have at least a 30% open rate on all of these emails, which is basically going to pre-frame people, educate them, remove their objections before they even talk to the sales team. Okay, so as you see, there's an example from a client. We see 38%, 36%, 36%, 35% open rates on these emails, even though we send them every 4 hours. For 72 hours. And then the high quality email autoresponders, such as ActiveCampaign or MailChimp, you can add, they have an integration with Facebook, so you can add people to a custom audience in the beginning of the sequence. And then after 7 days, you can just remove them. If your email sequence doesn't last 7 days, you can just add a delay step at the end and then remove them from the custom audience. That's exactly what we do for the propaganda ad campaign. Okay, we put people into it and remove them after 7 days. So those are essentially the 5 things we do to fix bad quality leads for every single offer that we work with. I really hope you got some value out of this video, and let me know if you've gotten any results from implementing any of these practices. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.